Yeah, hello everyone. Today I'll talk about the LRU, that is least recently used cache mechanism. Okay, so we'll implement this LRU in three different ways. Okay, so one is the like not optimized, then second we have optimized, and third one is like which are the libraries available from Java and directly using them. Okay, so like you will understand all three so that once it comes in the interview, we should not directly jump to the optimal answer. Okay, we should have a way to go forward. Okay, so first one, as I've written with HashMap and linked list. So okay, if you create LRU with HashMap and linked list, it will have inserting data and getting data will be of an O of n. Okay, time complexity. So and so that doesn't makes it much more efficient. Okay, so interview will say no, I just need a code which will having a much better efficiency. Okay, then we will go come up with a hash map and a double linked list. Okay, where we have all the operations in O of one. So this is the highly efficient and the best one. Now why I'm explaining this and before this linked hash map is because you will get to know the concepts when we will talk about hash map and a double linked list. Okay, linked hash map is like internal working which you will understand the moment once we complete the second part. Okay, the hash map and the double linked list. And also I'll cover the third one, that is linked hash map, which is already provided by one of the collection provided by the Java. Okay, we can use that directly also. Okay, so first let's go to the code and let's write code for the hash map with linked list. Okay, yeah, what I'll do, yeah, I'll create different folders for each thing. Okay, so I'll say LRU. Okay, I'll firstly write it not optimized. Okay, yeah, and we will create our classes over here. Okay, so maybe first class, I'll just write it name as LRU. Same thing, I'll just write it down. No issues on that. Okay, not optimized. Yeah. Okay. Main class, I'll write it down after that. So first, let's just define it. What we will be doing it in that. Okay. Now to create LRU, we need to have like what is LRU basically? It's like we will be storing the cache data. Okay. Now we will have a fixed number of data. So that will call it as a capacity. Okay. How much we can store it. So let's assume 10, 9, 8, 3. So that much I can store it in my data. Okay. So we have to create a variable for that. So I will go with private. Okay, so we will make it capacity. That will be our capacity. Okay, yeah, so this is one which you will be using that. Now we are first creating this with hash map and linked list. Okay, as I was talking about, so I'll just write it down. This is with hash map with, okay, linked list. Yeah, so I created the capacity. Now I'll be needing to hold the cache data, I'll be needing a map, that is a hash map. Okay, yeah, so it's like where I'll be storing the data and also I need a cache. Okay, so we will name it as a map. Okay, and then yep, and then we will tell what type of specific you want. So my key will be integer and my data will be string. Okay, yeah, seems nice. And name is cache for sure. Okay, now we also have to maintain an order. That's why we will use the linked list. Okay, to hold in which order we have, like least recently used we need, so older ones definitely we need to discard them or remove them. Okay, so that's where we will be creating an order based. So for that I'll use the linked list. Okay, so private, again this will be private linked list. Yes, I got it. So this will be of a type of my, oh sorry, so this will be of my type integer. Okay, because I'll be storing the keys basically. Okay, so I'll name it as an order. Okay, now these things we created, now we need to have a constructor to define all those things. Okay, because we have made them private final, so we have to initialize it somewhere. So let's just do it in our constructor. Okay, we will be getting capacity from the main class. Okay, so there's dot. I hope you guys would be understanding. I'm adding the capacity, like I'm initializing the variable simply. Okay, now I'll create the cache. Okay, So this will be my new hash map. Okay. Yep. And similarly, I'll be creating new linked list. Okay. So it will be new linked list. It might be showing some red right now, but that will go off eventually. Okay. So no need to worry. Let's just see. We have got the maps. Yeah, linked list is not imported automatically, so we will import it. No issues. Okay. So it will be util dot linked list. Okay. Star. No, dude. Why to make it star? We should write it efficiently. It should be linked list. I need. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So we got a map, and yeah, we have to also get the hash map now. So that is the issue. I don't know why it's not taking up the libraries automatically. It should. No issue. Even if it doesn't get, we should remember it. Okay, from where we are getting this hash map. Yep. Now it should be fine. Okay. Yeah. See, errors are gone. Okay. Now the thing is like, yeah. Now we will be writing the function how we'll be storing the data and getting the data. Okay. So what you will do first, you will write the get data. Okay. Because that's easy to understand. So even add data, we will write it down later part. Okay. So this will be the function which we will provide to the user where they can write function to get the data. Okay. So I'm just writing get data. Okay. Here I will be getting key because they will be getting the data with respect to the key. Okay. Yeah. So yep. So key is added. Now let's just think what all we needed. Okay. Now firstly we have to check that key is existing or not. So let's just write down first check key exists or not. Okay. So this is the first thing we'll check. So how we'll check? We'll check in our cache. Okay. So if now cache I'll check cache dot contains we have it. Okay. Yeah, contains key, and then we will provide the key. Okay, now we have to check is it not, if if it is existing, then what I will be doing is I will be making it in a, I will moving it in above, like the most recently used above in my order, and then I'll return the data. But if it is not there, I'll return something as a maybe null or not available, data is not available. Okay, so for that I've added a not key. Okay, not in place of that. So maybe I'll just return, I'm returning a string. Okay, so I'll just say no data available for this key. Okay, seems fine. Yeah. Now next thing we will do, now we know that there is a key. Okay, now what all we have to do? Okay, now just see, if someone is doing a get data. Okay, now let's just write it down what all we have to do. Okay, so firstly we have to remove the key from our order. Okay, because we have to place it in a recently used, like in the first position. Okay, remove the key from order. Okay, and then next step will be add the key. Okay, now the one more thing which I'll tell you over here, uh, in the linked list it's easier to get the data from the last. Okay, add last. So that's what we, so what we will do, we will define our linked list in a, like we will last node will be our recently used, and the first node will be like the lastly used. Okay, so that's how we will maintain it. So that it's just a one way which I'm trying to do it. Anyone can have then their own way. So it's like last node is the recent data. Okay, so if the get data is coming up, I have to remove it from my order and place it in the last node. Okay, so that will make it as a recent data. Okay, so add that key in the last node. Okay, that's what we will do it. Okay, and then the last option will be return the key. Okay, yep. Now let's just do this operation. So we have order. Okay, so we have to first remove it, so we will call remove function. Okay, now in this thing now you will see it's requiring a type of an integer, and there is a one required type of an object. Okay, now just to tell you, if you call the remove on the integer, now it will go to that node and just remove that, but we don't have to do that. We have to find that key and remove that key. Okay, so I'll just give you one more different way or write it down. Okay, so it's like, if you just call this remove, let me just first write it down. Okay, oh sorry, just opened a new, yeah. Okay, so if I have this remove, let's say, yeah, I'll select the object one only, but yeah, it can take anything. Okay, it can take even take integer and can take an object. If you pass integer to it, that is directly as a key. Okay, what it'll do, let's assume your key is 2, it will go to the second node and it will delete that node or remove that node. Okay, so that's we don't want it. Okay, so what we will do, we have to make it as an object. Okay, that's that time it will find that object and it will delete or remove that object. Okay, so now how to do that? So you have written a key, we have to just make sure that we are passing an object to it. Okay, so you have to just uh, typecast it to an object. Okay, so sorry, yeah, this will make it, this will remove the object from that. Okay, now I'll just put it. Next thing is like after removing it, we have to add the key in the last node. Okay, as I was talking earlier, so to add it, we already have a function available from the linked list. Okay, so it is add last. If you can just find it, yeah, it's over here, see, add last. So I'll just say add last and I'll provide the key to it. This is how you do it. Okay, now yeah, now next thing is return, we have to return the data also. Okay, so we will return cache. So our data is actually present in cache, so cache dot get and I'll pass the key to it. Okay, so this is the straightforward code. Yeah, I hope you would have understood for the get one. Okay, if you still have any questions, put it in the comments, I'll check it out. Okay, now we will also write it down for the add data. That's important. Okay, so let's write the add data. Now this we can keep it as a void because we will not be doing anything. Okay, so I'll make it add data. Okay, we will be getting two inputs, that's definitely my int key and my string data. Sorry, I just wrote string, I don't know why, string data. Okay, oh sorry again. Yeah, now yeah, we have to add the data. Now let's just again write it down what all we will be doing it over here. Okay, because there are a lot of things goes. First thing is like check if that key already existing, that means someone is updating the data. Okay, so it will be like check if key exists. Okay, we have some work to do, so let's just keep some lines for that. Okay, if keys are not existing, then what we will be doing is like, okay, if key is not existing, we have to check our size, that is the capacity. Okay, check our cache size, or you can say capacity. I'll just write it down like this. Okay, how much we can hold it. So we have we will just see it in the main class, we will try to define something capacity, and on that basis we will try to now okay, if it is above our capacity, then what we'll be doing is like, so I'll just write it down over here only. Okay, if it is true, if it's true, okay, then we have to remove the least used. Okay, so again it will be, we will be removing the first element. I was talking about like our least used will be the first one. Okay, so we have to remove the first one. If it's true, I'll just say yeah, remove the first node. Okay, that's what we will do it. Okay, if it's false, if it's still it's like if our cache is still not full, then we will just add it, no issues on that. Okay, so I'll just say if false, then just add the data. Okay, so this is how we will write the code. Okay, okay, now let's just see. First we have to check if the key exists or not. Okay, so how we'll check, we'll check it our cache. Okay, so again same thing, we will check our cache. So cache dot contains key. Okay, so we will provide the key to it. So if it's true, now we will check if it is true. Okay, now what we have to do in this also, if it is already existing, we have to again update the order and update the data. That's all. Okay, we have to update the order, update the data, two things we have to do it. Okay, so we will just write it down over here. Update the key means update the data, and we have to move the key to last. Okay, last of linked list or order, I can write, if you guys would be remembering it. Okay, so order is the one which I'll have written it down. I think that should be fine. Okay, yeah, I can even write linked list, but I'll just keep it order. let it be. Okay, so yeah, let's just write it down. So firstly, what we'll do, we will update the data. Okay, so we will update the data. So cache dot put. Okay, we will pass the key comma the data whichever we are getting it straight. Okay, this is done. Now next is move the key to the last. For moving it, we have to first remove it. So I'll just write update the data and remove the key and move the key to the last order. Okay, so three things we have to do. Okay, so first one we did. Now again we have to remove that. Okay, so order dot remove. Okay, this is a function. Now again I was saying, so we have to pass object to it. We should not pass the integer to it. Okay, otherwise it will go to that linked list to that particular index and it will remove that index. Okay, so we don't want that. So we will make it as an object. Okay, and we will pass our key to it. Should be fine. Okay, yeah, now we also have to add it in the last. Okay, so order dot add last. Yeah, so this is will be our key. That's it. Okay, so this is done for the adding if my cache is already containing that key. Okay, update the key, remove the key, and add it in the last, because I have made a convention of like my last index is the recently used, or last node is the recently used. The first one is like the least used, not used that much. Okay, yeah, this seems fine. Now next will, if my cache, yeah, now false, if it is not existing in my cache. Okay, so we will have else. Now in this, two things we have to do. Okay, these all the things we have to do it inside this only, like checking is it my is if my capacity is full or not. Okay, so these things we will do it over here. Yeah, so first we will check for our capacity. Okay, so I'll just write the code from here. Yeah, so we can have a comments our above earlier. Okay, so this will be like if. Now we will check our cache size first of all. So my cache dot size, if it is greater than or equal to my capacity. Okay, so that means my cache has become to that same level. Now I have to remove something from my cache, then only I can add the some data. Okay, so in this case, as I told, if it's true, remove the first node. Okay, and add your data to last. This is what we will do. Okay, so to removing it, now the thing is like you need to get that key and you have to remove that. Okay, so it will be like we will be getting a key. So I'll say remove key, which I'll be getting it from cache. Okay, oh sorry, order. So order dot remove first we will use. Okay, because we will be removing that element from my uh, cache. Okay, so this remove first will give return me an key, that is key, and then I can run it on my map, that is a cache. So cache dot remove, and I'll pass this remove key. That's it. Okay, now I have removed it. Okay, now if else I've written it, what I can do, I can make it as a common function. Okay, if false, I'll not write it down. So if it is true, then only I'll remove it off, and if it is not true, I'll directly add that. Okay, so irrespective of this, just add the data. That's what we have to do. Okay, so I'll just remove these lines. Why to make like we don't need if and else, because we can, this is general logic. Okay, so we need this over here. So we will use cache dot put, we have to insert the data. Okay, so it will be my key and then my data. That's right. Okay, yeah, this is done. Now we will after this we have to even update into the last. Okay, remember it. So order dot add last, and then provide them the key. Okay, I think so we are sorted with this. Okay, let's just move to the uh, main function. Okay, so I'll create a main function over here. So what should I write it? I'll say main underscore LRU. not optimized. Okay. I'm just writing it like that only. Okay. Yeah. Now we need the main function over here. It will load. I thought I hope I should have I don't have to write it on my own. No, it's not loading. Leave it. I'll write it on my own. Why to worry on this? Okay. So I'll write it on my own completely. So we have public static, okay, void ops, void main, and then we will be passing string args. Okay. Yep, this becomes good now. See, now it's detecting it. No issue. Okay. Now, yeah. So we have our firstly we have to create an object of our class. Okay. So LRU not optimized. So LRU not optimized equals to new. We will provide a capacity. Let's do it for a 3. Okay. Let's just see how it goes. So I provide a capacity of a 3. Okay. We will add the data. So we will write add the data to cache. Okay. So LRU not optimized dot add data. We have written the function. So I'll provide key as a 1. Okay. Maybe data I'll write down. This is maybe 1 data. Okay. Like this. Okay. We will copy it. We will do it 3 times, and then I'll show you removing also. You will see some of the existing added getting removed off. Okay. So these all things we will check. So this will be my 3. So this will be 3. Okay. And this will be 2. Done. Okay. Now what we will do, well, I'll just show you by printing it, not printing all. I'll just show you the data how it's going. Okay, so we will use s out. Okay, so we'll say LRU dot get data, and we'll pass 1. Okay. Yeah. So now what this would, okay, now you think like you have called the get data. You remember like the moment we use that get function anything, it will come to the top. Okay. So if it come to the top, I'll just write it down. Now this will be like return output, definitely you'll get the data, but this will become to the recently used. Okay. This will make it recently used like this. Okay. Now what I'll do, uh, yeah, now I will add some more, and then we will see some data of us getting removed because 3 is the capacity and I'm adding more to it. Okay, so let's see how it does it. So add data, I'll pass 4. Yeah, right, this is 4. Okay, fine. Okay, this is 4 data. Now what this will do now, this will remove the second key because my 1 has become the recently. Now next on order was the 2. I'll just write it down over here. Okay, this will remove, this will remove the key 2. Okay, yeah. And before printing it now, I think yeah, you will get to know this is 1 data. It will just run it out, so no issues. Yeah, now this you should be getting it. Now what we will do, yeah, we will check is there any data available for 2 first of all. Okay, just to show to you like is it actually data there or not. Okay, so we'll say not get class 2, get data. Oops. Yeah, get data, and I'll pass 2. Okay, now if there is no data, it will return me null. That's what the code we have written. Okay, let's just see what we get. Now we will keep it adding more. Okay, so that we'll get to know. Now what we'll do, I will add one more data and we'll see one more layer, one more order going, not layer. Okay, so add data, and I will pass 5. Okay, this is 5 data. Okay, now what did this will do? Okay, key 2 is already moved. Now T2 is already removed. Now added another one. So this will remove, tell me which is the key, third key. Okay, so this will remove the third key because that's in the order. Let's check the data for that also. Okay, LRU not optimized or get data. Oh dude, I think I'm using every time I'm using the wrong function. Get 3, we will be getting null over here. Okay, we will check it. Yeah, so code is done. Okay, I have not added the s outs. I will add the s outs. Okay, so that we will print out. We will print whatever the data that we have it. Okay, just a minute. Let me do this. Yep. Similarly, I'll do it below. Copy it. So after this, we will print it out. Okay, and let's see what data we get. Uh, yeah, I'm just writing it out. See, this is the one data. This is what we got from our key, get key. Okay, after this, no data available for this key. Okay, this is the, okay. I should have written which key. Maybe I will add it over here. Okay, I'm getting this for data, so maybe I'll add it over here. Which key I'm trying to first of all get, so that we can, okay, for two, like this. Okay, similarly, I'll copy this and I will use we will use this for below also over here. Okay, and this is for 3. Now let's run it again. Yep, see, this is one data. For 2, no data available for this key, and 3, no data available for this key. Okay, so this is what we were talking about the LRU cache. Okay, I was checking. Firstly, we added all 1, 2, 3. So we have given the capacity of 3. So all the 3 added. After that, we use the LRU get data option for the one key. So that key will go into the recently used. Okay, and that's the reason when we added the fourth data, the key 2 is removed, and that's why we got the output that for 2 there is no data available, and the moment we added 5, even 3 got removed. Okay, so this is what I've written. The moment you added 2, 4 is removed. The moment we added 3, 5 is removed. Okay, but one more thing to tell you, this is the O of n. Okay, time complexity, because I'll tell you the reason also. If I just go to my code, LRU, yeah. See over here, I'll just go to the get data, and I'll tell you which line will make it as O of n. So basically, when you're doing get of data, you are removing from linked list by passing an object. That means you're passing the actual key which you have to remove. Now, if that key is, it can be at anywhere place. Okay, maybe at first, maybe at last. That's the reason this makes as a O of n. Okay, for getting the data, and for similarly for adding the data. Now for adding, in the worst case scenario is like if my key is already existing, then I have to remove that key and add it in the last. Okay, to maintain the insertion order. So this is making my code as O of n. Okay, this is the reason. Okay, and even below, if I can show you, remove first, remove key. Yeah, this is also remove key. No, this is it. There it is fine. So this is the only place. Okay, so these are the two way conditions where our code becomes O of n. Okay, so hey, this is complexities of O of n. I will talk about linked hash I'll talk about hash map and double linked list. In that we will achieve O of 1 time complexity. Okay, so I'll put it in the next video. Okay, yeah. Thank you. If you have any questions, put it in the comment box. And if you feel that I should make it like right now, you can see this code is not generic. What I mean by generic is like you can see my input, or you can say my keys integer, and my output or my data is string. Okay, see over here like this. If you want to make it a generic, then I have to use the generics, like the k and the v, the two input parameters. Okay, if you need that code, put it in the comments. I'll make the video on that also. I'll update the complete code and I'll make a video on it also. Okay, yeah, so see you to the next code, next video with O of 1 implementation. Okay, thank you, bye bye.